Hello and welcome to another episode of World War II in the Eyes of the Beholder. And we will be talking about the last and final part of the invasion of Luxembourg, part 5. Welcome to World War II in the Eyes of the Beholder. I'm Matthias. The past few weeks we've had 4 different parts of the invasion of Luxembourg. Okay, so these parts we talked about how the government and how the government got away, how it was before the war, its relations with Germany, and the first few hours or minutes of the attack. Now we'll be talking about the last final bit and casualties. So let's get into it. At 8 o'clock a.m., the French 3rd, or Grand Ducal, and 1st Spy, and the 2nd Company of the 5th Armored Division proceeded to push up the main counteroffensive. This resulted in the deaths of 5, and they later returned to the Maginot Line, retreating. So we talked about how the French 3rd Division was called to an attack in the inevitable event that Germany attacked Luxembourg. They did, but were pushed back. Elements of the French Air Force and British 222nd Squadron that were lent by Britain were ordered to strafe and bomb German tank columns that were going to attack in Luxembourg and then move into France. The Grand Ducal and German grenadiers resisted the German advance on the capital, but were overcome and the capital was taken before noon. So the planes that were ordered to attack and strafe the bombers were faced with heavy anti-aircraft fire and flak, but most of them returned, but with heavy flak damage, with one crashing. By the evening, most of Luxembourg was taken except for parts in the south. Over 90,000 civilians fled there, with another 47,000 more into France and 45,000 more into less strict parts in the center of Luxembourg. On May 11th, because Germany only needs Luxembourg to get through and maybe for some natural resources, they don't really care that much about Luxembourg. They're not going to have a whole army there. On May 11th, the Grand Ducal reaches Paris and sets up camp there, but left farther south fearing aerial attacks by the Germans because the invasion of France had already begun on the same day the invasion of Luxembourg, Belgium, and Holland had. So, to prevent aerial bombing, which Germany did do much of, they fled to the south. They later gave hope to Luxembourgian civilians in London, with the Grand Duchess's son joining the British Army in 1942. The Germans attacked with 50,000 troops and 600 tanks. With very few casualties, you may be, why is there so many troops? They sent so many in because they would be going into France. They were just a key, which is kind of the strategy that Germany used in Yugoslavia, the invasion of Yugoslavia, which I will be covering next. So over 32 were killed and 52 wounded. Luxembourg defended with around 425 troops, 246 Grand Armies. The Grand Armies is the French royal armies that all these French and Dutch armies are. All these French and Dutch, like Holland and Denmark and Belgium, all participate in. Along with 18,000 French, mostly from the French 3rd Division, and Britain donated 222nd Squadron of the RAF. Over 7 Grand Army members and soldiers were killed and another 76 captured. 5 French and 2 British were killed and 1 British soldier captured, along with 1 plane damaged. The Germans had 36 deaths and 52 wounded. So In this, the invasion of Luxembourg, part 5. That's how it ends. With Germany taking and very few lives lost, but hundreds of thousands put in jeopardy that would later die from malnutrition, or in concentration camps, and a number of different things that could happen to you in 1940. So this is the last episode. I will have a playlist set up of the invasion of Luxembourg, so you could just get them all in one. And then my next invasion that I will be doing is the invasion of Yugoslavia. There's going to be a lot of parts to this because it's very complicated. Okay, so just like Luxembourg, I will have a playlist for this, so check it out. I already made the playlist, but there's no videos on it currently. So thank you guys for 10 subscribers. We hit 10 subscribers 6 days into this. So I have decided to make my videos shorter. So usually I write one long script, about 2 pages long, and that's about 15 minutes. But I've decided to make them shorter, making at least 3 episodes in one script. So I will be coming out with more episodes, and hopefully maybe 4 or 5 times a week. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.